Guys, welcome back. We were busy with the elbow after. Let me know if you want me to continue that series. I know a lot about that move, but today we're going to learn a very easy move that every beginner can use. Of course, that's also cool, and we're going to check it out. So this is something that everybody can do pretty much. Just figure the basics out and you can do this easy pose, but we can make it harder and harder and harder, right? And really kill it with this move, I guess. But I'm going to just explain the main basic thing, how you do it. So all you do is start on your knees, place your hands with the fingers pointing to the side, and now you're going to pick the opposite leg. So let's say I'm using, this is my left hand, I guess the camera mirrors it, but I'm going to curl my right foot around like my wrist. So not really on the, don't really lean on the hand, but more or less curl your toes around. And now to do the foot freeze, what I call the foot freeze, you simply lift the other leg up, or place it anywhere you want, right? If you can curl that toe around, you can do all kinds of cool stuff with swinging back and transitioning. So that's what I call the foot freeze. Obviously, you can also use the other hand, right? So it's up to you. Now, real quick, to jump in and out of this move, let's say you're in a power move or from another freeze and you want to jump into it, basically you hold this little planche for a split second, and if you don't want to hold it forever, that's just pushing up a little bit. And you sort of shove your leg like you're doing the first step of the sixth step and curl your toe around the wrist. So I'm holding this for a split second, shove my foot forward like this, hold, right? And so that's the way you can jump into that foot freeze. Just as a demonstration, let's, I didn't practice this, but let's say I want to do it from a flare, just as an example. I just go from there, so I just do a little flare, there it is, right? We can jump into that foot freeze from there. And that's up to you to play with it. Now, I myself like to use it very simply, but that's the basics, right? Super easy. Now, to make it more hard, basically the first thing you want to do is transfer the weight, push your body sideways. So let's use the right hand right now, just for an example. Curl your toe up, by the way, so your sole is up, so you don't hurt your hand. And from this sort of curled up position, I just lean this way. So actually all the weight is in one hand. And this means I can actually start, turning like a 90, yada yada. Of course, check what you can do with that other leg. Maybe you can put it behind your head. It really depends on how flexible you are, what you can do, right? But as a basic, we're gonna keep it very simple. Now, lastly, I'll just simply show you guys how I use the move, because I use it in a very, very simple way. Basically just a footwork step. So you just make this little turn right here, and now you just place this foot on top. And then you make this little slide with the hand if you want. Now my hand's already curled around. I'm going to simply place it, lift the other leg like this, hold it 1-2 seconds, and continue my footwork. So I like to use it as a very simple step. It's up to you to, go from, let's say, an air baby to this one, or do everything in one hand. You can really make it advanced, right? But start with the basics, I guess. It's super easy. And you can use this, like I suggest as a beginner, just use it as a footwork step, right? And then from there you can start basically shooting to all kinds of power moves. So basically if you shoot back, like I said, you're in this pose, you just shoot back. I end in a planche, I can go from there to all kinds of freezes. And also, of course, power moves, right? I can just flop over to all kinds of power moves. So when it goes from here, you can just push into flare, windmill, elbow, freezes, whatever move you want, right? So that's easy with power move, and it's also easy with freezes, of course. Freezes, if you can't go to power move, you can also go to freezes. So I suggest using this, guys. Yet again, I'll place the foot here. I place my hand here. Just hold this for 2 seconds and continue my footwork. Lastly, if you have pain when you do this move, that's because you're using the sole. So these are black shoes, maybe you don't see it. But if I jump on my hand like this, and I miss sort of, or even on my wrist, it might hurt, right? That's why you curl your toe up. This means your soles of your shoes are actually kind of facing the roof. And that's usually, basically, that's soft. You can touch your wrist or whatever without hurting yourself. Guys, that's a move. It's super easy. I think beginners can use it. So place the foot wherever you want, but it's about, placing it there and holding that pose for 2 seconds by lifting the leg. Or more advanced if you want, right? That's up to you. You can easily transfer it to one hand. Yeah, there's so many possibilities, like always with every move basically. But this one is super easy to use as a beginner. See you next time.